Hello, I am Devashish Chakravarty. Let us take a look at value engineering. Value engineering comes under project management or industrial engineering streams. The primary function of the field of value engineering is to increase the value of a product or a service. How do we define value as? Typically, value engineering looks at the ratio of function to the cost. That is, what function is the product or the service carrying out, and how much does it cost to provide that function. So it is obvious that if you wish to increase the value of the product or the service, then either increase the function or reduce the cost of providing that function. It goes without saying that the golden rule of value engineering is that you will not reduce the functionality just to save on cost and thus increase the value. So when you increase the function, you are either looking at maintaining the same level of functionality or enhancing it at the same cost. If you are looking to reducing the cost, then minimum same level of functionality will have to be maintained. Let us look at a few examples of value engineering. For example, what would be the function of a screwdriver? One would assume the function of a screwdriver would be to tighten screws. Let us use the screwdriver to mix paint in a pot. A painter, before painting the walls, decides to mix the paint using a screwdriver. Out here, you'll have to look at the new function of the screwdriver. Out here, the function would be mixing the paint. And you'll have to look at the value of the screwdriver with respect to the function that it is being used for. So the moment you look at a screwdriver being used to mix paint, one would say that it is a low level of functionality. Compared to that, the cost of the screwdriver is very high. So what would be the question you would ask in value engineering? What is being done? How is it being done? And how can it be done differently so as to increase the value? In this case, what was being done? The paint was being mixed. How was it being done? The screwdriver was used. How can you do it differently so as to increase the value? What is the function out here? What is the cost? The function is the mixing of the paint. We would like to keep the same level of functionality. We still want the paint to be mixed. What is the cost out here? Cost is we are using an expensive implement, the screwdriver. Can you think of an alternative to the screwdriver? Yes, of course. Anything that is similarly shaped can be used as an alternative. Could a pencil be used? Possibly. Is a pencil cheaper than the screwdriver? Yes. So maybe let's use a pencil to mix the paint. Same function, lesser cost, increase in value. Now let's get back and look at a pencil. Suppose the pencil was not used to mix paint but was used for its primary function. What is the primary function of a pencil? Primary function of a pencil is to make marks. What is the value? You're using a pencil to make marks divided by the cost of the pencil. So we have seen what is being done, making marks. How is it being done? Using a pencil. What are the alternatives? There are lots of things that can make marks. A piece of charcoal can make marks. The paint that we were mixing can make marks. A diamond can make marks. So in value engineering, you will quickly come to the highest value object for making marks. In this case, of course, it will not be the diamond. It might be the pencil or maybe the charcoal, depending on what is available to you. So value engineering requires you to do a value analysis. The various steps of the value analysis will proceed along these fundamental questions. What is being done? How is it being done? What else can be done? From a project perspective, if you are required to do value engineering, the last step of this entire exercise and the analysis would be the report. The report that you would be required to submit to the management to enable them to take an objective decision of what changes need to be introduced in order to enhance value.